to see the Corolla out there now, man.
Yeah, he's not going to be back next year. He's a
No,
free
man.
agent, and it was nice knowing him. But the
It's time
Corolla
to
Harrison Barnes, it's time to pull the plug on that.
it's time to go ahead and trade the Corolla for the Camry, man. Carter Bryant.
Yeah, he's missed the last 4 games, and one thing that we've noticed is that he's kind of not missed. That's
Yeah.
sad. Isn't that sad? Or is
Those
that
are
a good thing, Joe? Maybe that's a
good
good thing.
good problems to have, Mike. It's good problems to have. And we are now streaming on like a whole bunch of platforms. We're on the X, we're on Facebook, we're on Kick, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube. So I don't want to hear nobody saying, "Oh, I can't see it." You know what? There's a whole bunch of other platforms you can watch us on now.
Hey, we need to get that sound from Jaylen Brown, by the way, where he was talking about Wemby. Did you see that sound?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and see if I can pull that.
Yeah, he was talking about Wemby. Trying to say that Jaylen Brown basically saying that he's the best two-way player in the entire NBA. And they asked about Wemby. He goes, well, Wemby's not human. So
Oh God. Look at Matt Lerman saying y'all still complaining about Wemby. No, I mean, so
no, you also
we
complain.
haven't
No,
even
we're talking about Harrison Barnes.
Huh?
Is Harrison Barnes missed? We're talking about Harrison Barnes, who's a wonderful professional player.
No, Mom.
He's a
It's if they
pros
couldn't
pro.
watch. Y'all couldn't watch the game yesterday. It was free on NBC, bro. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's on
send me a
WAI,
link.
baby.
Send me a link. Oh my God, bro. I can't with these people, man.
Let's get the show
And should I
started.
give
I'm
the
excited.
Jackals a chance? Should I show my belly?
Yes, Joe, show it.
Area 210, where the dreams don't fade. From the river walk nights to the Alamo shade. We rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210, it's the life that we chose.
That's right. We're rising together on a Victory Monday. My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. This is the Area 210 podcast powered by PF Chang's La Cantera and the Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. It's a great day to be a Spurs fan because the Spurs have won 4 in a row, 15 of the last 16 games after the Spurs thumped the Houston Rockets last night, putting up 145 points on them, 145 to 120 at the Frost Bank Center. Spurs are now undefeated 3-0 on this homestand, a 6-game homestand, which continues tomorrow against the Boston Celtics with a big battle between the two of the top teams in the NBA. Joe, Wemby, I know you were reluctant to sign the form,
I signed
but
it.
you signed it a
I
week
signed
ago.
the damn form already. There you go.
The Wemby's generational apology form, the Mita Wemby
Mira
form.
Wemby. Mira Wemby.
You have to admit, because we were going to do a show today, Joe. We had said we were going to take Monday off because you were going to go camping, but you got rained out.
Yeah.
But we were going to take Monday off anyway. And last night, around midnight, you reached out to me and said, I want to do the show. Damn,
Yeah.
they looked good. I want to do the show. And I was like, damn straight, we're going to do this show. The Spurs being up on our I-10 rival, the Houston Rockets, 145 to 120. It was a close game at first. Got to solve that whole Kevin Durant situation. Who's going to guard one of the best shooters of all time? Spurs in the first and second quarter just put body after body, undersized body. Dylan Harper, Carter Bryant, Stephon Castle. They just threw different looks at Kevin Durant. But at the end of the day, Spurs blew it open in the second quarter, blew it open wide in the third. And it was a great game for the Spurs. And Wemby, I mentioned the apology form, because Wemby looks like he has figured it out. Like the game has slowed down for him to the point where I know we make references to he's starting to believe from the Matrix,
Started to believe.
but the dude's turning into Neo.
No.
He's turning into Neo.
Oh my God.
It used to be like, oh, they're gonna body him up, they're gonna do all that stuff. And it's kind of like towards the end of the movie where he finally figures out that he is the one, and they're coming at him, and they're trying to beat him up, and he's just doing a one-handed block of all these different guys. He's gonna jump into the body of Alperen Sengun.
The Shaolin monk training came in now. It's starting to kick in.
He figured it out, Joe.
He figured out the way of the league.
It's scary. and I'm trying to picture this as a Spurs fan. Where does this rank amongst our favorite teams? Because obviously 2014, the 5th title run for the Spurs, is our favorite because it was the revenge tour against the 2013 Miami Heat team of Bosch and Wade and LeBron James. But maybe it's because the Spurs have lost 6 years in a row. This is the most fun I've had watching a Spurs team, maybe even ever, maybe even including 2014. That's sacrilegious to me as a Spurs fan.
Do we dare say that they're exciting to watch, Mike?
They're the most exciting team we've ever had. They're the most exciting team that we've ever had because 2014 was the most efficient team that we've ever had. But it was like watching 7 Manu Ginobili's and 7 it was like watching 7 Tim Duncans out there. Just efficient basketball, just pass the ball around, open shot, open jumper. It was a beautiful game. They called it the beautiful game. But this one is, we're going to steal your soul on defense and we're going to run the ball up the court. This is, Joe, we're witnessing Showtime Lakers. I mean, it's that exciting to the point where even those who are casual NBA fans, if you follow them on Twitter, they're coming out going, dude, we like watching the Spurs team. They're fun to watch. They're exciting to watch. Remember like the Golden State Warriors of the 2010s or the Phoenix Suns of the early 2000s, where they were just up the court, get some points. But the Spurs are getting the points and getting the lockdown defense as well. I know we give 120 points, but it's okay to give 120 when you score 145. Joe, this team is just remarkable as to what they're doing. And I just feel as a Spurs fan like it's too good to be true. And I'm knocking on wood so hard because this team right now is the best team in the NBA. Victor Wembanyama is the MVP. Dude, people reached out to me over the weekend. We're like, how do we bet on this, man? Because 20-1, Joe, it's going to happen. He's going to win MVP.
So you're going to allow the MVP chance now?
Yeah.
You're not rolling your eyes no more?
Well, I was rolling my eyes earlier because it was like November. How are we chanting MVP to somebody?
No, MVP.
November? Especially after he had missed like, a whole month, right?
Yeah.
But now you look at it, he's on track to get to those 65 games. He only has to play 64 because they're going to count the Emirates Cup final. Right now, I took a look at the people who have played. Jaylen Brown has played 57 games. Cade Cunningham, 56. SGA, 53. Wemby has played 51. Jokic,
the Joker, yeah,
has only played 48 games, Joe. He needs to basically run the table the rest of the season, or he does not qualify. And what does that do to the odds if Nikola Jokic is no longer eligible to be an MVP candidate? That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the dominoes are falling, that Wemby is going to make his way through that. It's kind of like a horse race, Joe. Wemby's plodding along. He's in second or third place right now. They're turning the corner, and then he's exploding from the final stretch. Joe, this is a fun team to watch, man, and exceeded expectations is putting it mildly. They can't get any better than what they are now. How do you say that they're going to get better? And by the way, it's kind of sad that they got better ever since when Mitch Johnson had the huevos to Ben Harrison Barnes.
God.
Then Barnes got hurt, and all of a sudden Carter Bryant's looking like the truth.
Look at it. We got a lot of explaining to do because we weren't supposed to have a show today. I was off today and all that, but I had to cancel the camping trip because of the rain. And, it was just, I woke up to rain, thunderstorms and all that. The campsites were just basically all just a big old thing of mud, and I'm not going to be out there with my niece and all that. So I had to take her somewhere else. Man, that little girl had me take her to the mall, the stores yesterday, dude. She spent my money, man. I was like, Uncle couldn't take you camping, but I had to spend money anyway. It still cost me, Mike. It still cost me. But
I know. But it wasn't fun camping weather. But at least you got to stay home and watch the Spurs on the Peacock, nationally televised on the Peacock in San Antonio, WOAI.
Send me the link.
Joe, I like the crew that was working. We saw Reggie Miller out there. We saw Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, Spurs legend Tracy McGrady out there. And it was great, man. The national public is realizing that this is a very good team. And what we haven't talked about yet was the game prior to the game against the Rockets, where the Spurs had a dramatic come from behind victory against the LA Clippers, down 25 points in the third quarter. No problem. They just came back, right? And Wemby basically collapsing on the court, crying in tears.
Yeah, that was the biggest. That was arguably probably the best Spurs game that I've ever seen, Mike.
There's no quitting this team.
No quit.
And you know, it's funny, and I don't blame you, Joe, because Joe, you were very
Critical
I
of the team.
well, it was constructive criticism of the team. You were pointing things out like, hey, they're gonna body him up, body him up. Well, the bodying up anymore, they're used to. Wemby's now used to being bodied up.
Well, the thing with Wemby is that he's figured out how to go ahead and get bodied up, but also include his teammates, get them going, passing them the ball. I think he's starting to realize, hey, if they're going to body me and they're going to send 2 or 3 people to come up and body me, that means one of my teammates is open. Who would have figured that out? Who would have thunk?
That he could be the facilitator of it all.
Yeah.
And he, don't get me wrong, he gets his points, he scores, he gets his rebounds, but he can be the facilitator. I'm going to look up his stats right now because Wemby's blocks per game. Here are the last 5 games. Here are the last 7, 8 games. 4 last night, 4 against the Clippers, 5 against the Pistons, 6 against the Sixers, 4 against the Knicks, 2 against Brooklyn, and 5 against Toronto, 6 against Detroit, 4 against whoever they played on the 21st, the Kings. He's basically averaging 4.5 blocks his last 10 games. He's always been a very good defensive player. When was the last time we saw Wemby in foul trouble?
It's been a while.
It's, like Stain, it's been a while since we've seen Wemby on the bench with 3 fouls. It's been a while. Why has it been a while? It's been a while because his basketball IQ suddenly got ratcheted up a little bit. He now knows what gets him in trouble, what doesn't get him in trouble. He now knows what types of shots to block and to go up against. He has refined his way that he's going up. He's going straight up now. He's figuring out that he doesn't need to crouch over to get a block or to stop a shot. That at 7'5", straight up, they're going to have to shoot like 12 feet up in the air to get it over him. That he doesn't have to volleyball swat a ball to get a block. All he needs to do is tip it, or at the very least, alter the shot. The IQ of this man, the last 25 games, has been off the charts to the point where one of the biggest skeptics in Joe Garcia is looking at it going, he's checking off all the boxes, right?
Now he is.
He's checking off all the boxes. And now he doesn't need to be generational 35 and 5 block kind of guy. He just needs to be generational in the sense that he gets the team going. And now they're filling in the gaps, Joe. The athleticism of this team is downright scary. And you know what? Brian Wright deserves his flowers.
He does. But you know what? I'm looking like a fool now, Mike, because, every time they do that damn drum over there in the freaking living room. Showing my belly, doing the clap.
So we have a poll. Should Joe show his belly and give the Jackals a chance?
Yes, look, this is funny, dude. There's been like 28 votes in right now. 68% say yes, 32% say no. And all this started because Myra was telling me yesterday, she's like, you should give the Jackals a chance. I'm like, should I give the Jackals a chance? Because she knows I'm particular to SAFC, right? It's like I'm an SAFC stan. And to me, they were the first supporters group here in San Antonio, not the Jackals, but they're like, you should give the Jackals a chance, So it's not just her, but other people told me the same thing.
We're not doing it for the Jackals. We're doing it for Wemby.
Yeah,
okay? Because if the Spurs were 20 games under 500, the whole thing would be stupid. But when the Spurs are basically 30 games over 500, it adds to the flavor of it all, is what I'm saying. And Joe, I hope people got their tickets in for Wemby for MVP, because 20-1 on Friday, 15-1 today, according to FanDuel.
Yeah.
What am I saying, Joe? His odds are getting up. And who's ahead of him? At number 2, Nikola Jokic. Jokic probably won't even qualify. So then the NBA voters are going to have to say, do we give it to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the free throw merchant,
God, man.
Or do we give it to Wemby, who saved All-Star Weekend? Do we give it to Wemby, who, if you had 100 sports fans out there that were not Thunder fans and not Spurs fans, and you asked them the question, who do you want to go see, SGA or Wemby? 100 out of 100 would say they'd rather see Wemby. Joe, Chica and I bought 4 tickets to go watch the Spurs play in Miami March 23rd. So it's in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from today. I was afraid of buying the tickets. And you know how I oftentimes say, I have to buy the tickets at the last minute. Just buy them at the last minute. Francesca was like, no, we got to get them now because she wants to know what she's doing, where she's going, where she's going to be sitting. Yeah. And I finally relented. We spent $300 a ticket, Joe, for 4 tickets, $1,200, right? Row 14, center court, March 23rd, Miami. And I went up and I looked up the prices of those tickets now, Joe. $900 a pop.
Good, dude.
$900 a pop. What do I do, Joe? Do I try to sell them for $3,000 or do I go to the game?
You go to the damn game, bro. Go to the game. You don't
Joe,
sell them, man.
It was $900 a seat.
Well, then that's why you should have brought. You should have brought a couple
behind
more.
us for the same row, for the same section behind the row behind us.
That's why you buy a couple more. You buy a couple more seats just in case something like that happens. And then you know what? You sell those 3 tickets, extra tickets you bought, and then you pay for the trip.
Well, they're not extra, man. They're going to family members. Chica's going, her mom's going, and my my daughter's going over there as well. So it's going to be a fun time. But here's the thing, man. We're watching this team become the darlings of the NBA. And we're watching Oklahoma City become the villains. And why are they becoming the darlings of the NBA? You're showing the photo right there of Victor Wembanyama. He actually cares about playing and cares about winning. And when I saw him collapse on the court against the Clippers, where he just keeled over in tears, I was at a bar watching this. I was doing karaoke night. By the way, I asked for suggestions. I did Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers. And apparently I did a pretty decent job.
You didn't kill it like Mexican Junior?
Yeah. Who, by the way, liked my Stained impersonation a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
But when I saw him keel over, I'm at a bar, I'm having a few cocktails, and I'm watching the game kind of like all on pins and needles because I'm excited about the Spurs making the comeback. I kept on looking up. I was like, man, they're down 25. Man, they're down 19. And I kept on saying to myself, just be down 12 at the end of the third. And they were. And I was like, okay, now be down 6 with 6 minutes to go. And they were. And at this point, I'm like, oh, my God, game on. Spurs took the lead. Then they lost the lead, and they brought it back up. And Stephon Castle is missing free throws and all that stuff, right? Put the putback to win the game at the end. Put it away. And then he keels over and starts crying. And I thought to myself as a Spurs fan that was a great thing as a Spurs fan, but I could just sense it. I was like, oh my God, it's not gonna play over well in the national media, the national consciousness of NBA fans. And then I go online to NBA.com on NBA.com's Twitter account and ESPN's Twitter account. And guess what? About 99 to 98% of fans out there that were not Spurs fans were looking at this going, 2 things that they liked this. Like, this is the first time since Jordan and Kobe and Shaq that you look at somebody and go, there's somebody who actually truly cares about winning. Since Tim Duncan, that someone truly cares about winning.
Showing emotion.
It's not the glamour of it all. LeBron James, dude.
Oh, it's about him, bro.
It's about him. It's narcissism, right? But there have always been the certain types where they would just kill to win. And it eats away at their soul. And Jordan was like that. Duncan was like that. Kobe was like that. Magic was like that. Isaiah Thomas was like that.
People that have a passion for the game.
Right. Because there's some players where you feel that they're just out there playing because they're 6'9".
Or they want to get their numbers. They want to pad their stats to get their money,
James Harden type, right?
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook type. But 99% of fans that I was reading on these threads were like, not a Spurs fan, but I love seeing this. Not a Spurs fan, but if he's getting this amped up for a regular season game, imagine how amped up he's going to be for a playoff game. And they keep on saying Wemby is going to be a problem. Because if he cares this much, that he's going to bust out into tears. By the way, I like the comment here. It says when you are 8 tequila shots in and the mariachis play Volver, Volver.
This is courtesy of Tex-Mex Frank.
That's a great line, Tex-Mex Frank.
our media share. So if you all want to go ahead and share your
Yeah.
photos, videos, links, anything you're seeing on social media with us, go ahead and send that in to 830-391-9164, and we'll show it during the context of the show here. So we appreciate everybody interacting with us and the new followers, new listeners, and people that are coming into the show for the first time. Welcome to the Area 210.
Yeah, so Mexican Jim reaches out to us and says he played poker with some Mavs fans last night. They hate Wemby. They call him arrogant. There's going to be two fan bases that are not going to like Wemby. That's going to be Rocket fan and Maverick fan.
Oh,
So what I'm talking
they're
about
just
is Clipper fan. I'm talking about Pacer fan. I'm talking about Celtic fan who are watching Wemby out there give it his all and break down in tears. Wemby said after the game against the Clippers how exhausted he was because he played 40 minutes against the Pistons and it was a quick turnaround. I mean, I know they were home. What a great play there by Wemby on courtesy of Peacock and NBC Network.
man, generational.
Yeah, it took on the entire team and won. I mean, it can't be stopped. And he has Şengün on skates the entire night.
Yeah.
But you see Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady and Reggie Miller at the game last night, and they're shrugging their shoulders. Joe, how do you bet against a team that's won 15 out of 16? Because it doesn't feel like they're on a hot streak. It feels like they're on another level. It feels
man,
like they're playing a different ball game. And someone told me on Twitter the other day that this is like watching Wemby as an uncle play Nerf hoops against their nephews.
Yeah. I mean, this is just another. This team is on another level. You know, when you, let's say you level up, right? So if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, right now, dare I say, the Spurs are going Super Saiyan 1, right? Against that first fight against Frieza, where Goku leveled up. You know. So they're going Super Saiyan 1 right now, dude. Like they're leveling up and they're showing the league they're on a different level. And you like to see it. The only thing, though, that I was critical of the Spurs at this point in time, because we can't no longer say what, Mike, they're a young team. So is Oklahoma City, and they won a chip. Oh, they don't have enough experience. Really can't say that now because they do have veterans on the team that already have experience in the playoffs. One of the players on the team has already won a chip with the Boston Celtics and Luke Cornett. So you can't say that either. They're playing very good basketball right now. And they're designed to do one thing, and that's knock out Oklahoma City should they meet them in the Western Conference Finals. The only thing that I think can be the Spurs' Achilles heel is how well that they adjust to adversity, because that's what's going to happen in the playoffs. You're going to have to adjust. Teams are going to push you. They're going to push you outside your comfort zone, try to take away the things you like to do. And we're just going to see how well the team will respond when that happens. Other than that, I mean, you're just going to enjoy the ride just like I am. It's been 6 years since the Spurs have been into the playoffs, right? Since they got into a playoff game here at home. It's something to enjoy. Like I've always told everybody, you got to enjoy the ride. Yes, the team, disappointed a little bit in the beginning of the season, but enjoy the ride now for what it is. Yeah, we can be critical of the team. Yeah, there's little things that they need to work on, but other than that, we're just enjoying the game. Look at them play. Look at the 25-point come from behind win against the Clippers, arguably one of the best Spurs games that I've ever seen. Nobody would have thought that team would have come back from 25 points down. In the past, Mike, that would have been game over, dude. Everybody leaving, walking to the exits, going to the cars. I'm out of here, turning the TV off. Spurs fans continue to watch, continue to stay in the arena, and were witness to one of the best performances in Spurs history.
Enjoy the ride. I like how you phrase that, Joe.
Enjoy it.
Spurs now 21-0 on the season when shooting 40% or better from three. They shoot 40% from three, they're not going to lose. They're unbeatable. They did it against the Clippers. They did it again last night against the Rockets, and guess what happened? Another stat to look at, Joe. Spurs are now 26-5 when Dylan Harper scores double digits. Yeah. That's like a 840 winning percentage. 26-5. Dylan Harper scores 10 points. Harper had himself a game again last night. And I know this team is young, but as you mentioned, Oklahoma City is young as well. But these young guys play so well together that it's a well-oiled machine. And it's we talk about Brian Wright needs to have his flowers, get his flowers. So does Mitch Johnson. Where's the Mitch Johnson hate gone recently? I don't see it. I don't hear it anymore. The Mitch haters have all left the building because there's nothing that they can point to right now. Because what has he done? Well, before Harrison Barnes got hurt, he's missed the last 4 games. Before he's got hurt, guess what? He was already benched. Mitch Johnson had the stones to tell an NBA veteran who's an NBA champion at that to go ride the pine for a little while. And Mitch Johnson is doing the right timeouts at the right time. When he doesn't like a play, Joe, he has that Popovich trigger. Now, I'm not talking about Popovich of 2019, 2021. I'm talking about the Popovich of 2003, where he was like, get pissed off after one play, go, no. We're not gonna allow that, right? Get your head out of your butt. Stop doing what you're doing. Even if it's one play into a possession. We saw that against the Clippers, third quarter. First play, did not like it, called timeout. 17 seconds into the quarter, he was already calling timeout. And that is good coaching, Joe.
It is good coaching.
And he understands. He understands. It's kind of like he figured out the Rubik's Cube. Which pieces of the puzzle work together. Now, obviously, when Wemby's playing, all pieces of the puzzle work well.
Look at this comment. Look at this comment that came in, Mike.
Yeah.
On PD. Remember episodes ago when you mentioned the team needed to kick it to another gear. Well, tag team reference. Whoop, there it is.
Shaka-laka, 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 shaka. Dude, how many teams have 8 players that average double figures in points? Last night, Wemby, 29 points, 9 of 13 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3. Champagne getting us the 11 that we need. We just need to knock down 2 or 3 3-pointers for the game. We're going to be fine. We had Fox with 20 points on 9 of 15 shooting. Vassell with a really off day last night, but he wasn't needed. Castle, 23 points on 7 of 13. Keldon Johnson, 20 points on 8 of 13 shooting. Dylan Harper, 26 minutes played, 19 points, 6 assists. Looking good out there. Spurs for the team only had 7 turnovers.
That's damn good.
That is remarkable. Joe, the Spurs had 6 blocks, 7 turnovers, 6 blocks. Almost had as many blocks as turnovers.
Did you see that one block that Wemby had? It was on the highlight reel, man. I'm looking for it right now. And they showed Wemby, and he's blocking, and he doesn't even have to leave his feet, dude. Like he's just on his tiptoes, dude.
He did it twice this weekend.
That's amazing, dude. And look at this shot, beating the buzzer. Boom, money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's amazing, Mike, just to see what this team has been able to do out there. This is the block right here. He didn't even have to leave his feet.
and go show that again. Show that again. We're talking about how he's not getting into foul trouble. Back in the day, he would have jumped at it. He would have jumped at it and would have gotten a foul. And now he realizes don't need to jump half the time.
That's a clean block, man. And look at the Joker even had some like good things to say about, Wemby. He was saying basically that, he's changing basketball. He's a rim protector and he's shooting threes. He's unique. And he says, the Joker says, I'm glad I'll probably retire before Wemby holds the entire league in a chokehold. So that's pretty cool, man, that Wemby's getting like the attention that he deserves and the Spurs are being talked about. Because let's be honest, Mike, last year, the national media wasn't really talking about him. Oh, they still need a lot of pieces. They still are years away from contention and all that. And now, not so much. Everybody's like, hey, look at this team, mira los Spurs,
And you look at the standings right there, Joe. We talk about how they're a year or 2 away, right? That's been the conventional wisdom of it all, as you said. But there's nothing to say that the Spurs are going to be as healthy as they are today. So you have to say that they have to make a run at the finals. They have to make a run because they're not promised tomorrow. Joe Burrow may never make it to the Super Bowl ever again. Right? He made it.
Not.
He made it early in his career, like Dan Marino. You take advantage when you can. OKC Thunder 50-15 on the season. Spurs right behind them, 2 games behind on the loss column at 47-17. Look at that, Joe. Now a 7-game lead over Minnesota for that 3 spot right there.
They ain't catching us, dude. Nobody's catching us.
No. Spurs are going to be the 1 or the 2 seed. Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5 pointed out that the Spurs have already clinched a play-in berth.
Yeah.
The graphic that he used to show that it was a playoff berth. It's not true, because in theory, that Phoenix Suns team could win out and go 55-27. Spurs have 47 wins. You take 55 minus 47. The magic number is 8. So in order for the Spurs to clinch a playoff berth,
8 wins.
they need a combination of 8 wins or 8 wins by the Spurs or 8 losses by the Thunder, by the Phoenix Suns, or a combination of the two. So 4 Spurs wins, 4 Phoenix Suns losses, that equals 8. Spurs guarantee themselves a top 6 spot and actually make the playoffs for the first time since 2019.
And hosting it here at home.
Right. Right.
You
But
know,
that
that's important.
would guarantee them at least a 6th spot in
Yeah.
there. But you look at the Spurs right now, that T-Wolves team, a little bit feisty.
That's a scary team that the Spurs don't want to see. in
I'd
the
rather play the
playoffs.
Rockets.
Yeah, I'd rather play the Rockets. I don't want to see. There's teams that the Spurs just don't match up well against, and I think the Timberwolves are one of them.
Because
And so
Anthony
are the
Edwards could
Knicks.
go off. But
Yeah,
then,
man.
But then again, we haven't played. They haven't played the Spurs with this incarnation of the team when
This
it
is
has
true.
having Carter Bryant out there instead of Harrison Barnes. By the way, we always talk about the Spurs need an enforcer.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll say it like that one rapper from the 90s, Enforcer, a licky boom boom down. That has to be Luke
Informer. That
Cornett
was
now.
Informer. That
I
was
know.
Enforcer.
So
Man, you're just doing karaoke today, bro. I think you're just trying to show off, Mike.
Luke Cornett is turning into a little bit of a thug, and I like it. We saw it earlier last week when he got fouled against it was against the Pistons where he got fouled, and he was like, heck with that. Then he does a flagrant on the other end. He's doing that
Yeah.
to the Rockets yesterday.
They're trying to tell us we have a super chat. I know we have a super chat, but the
we do,
discussion
man.
is good.
I've been so into this show that I haven't even been looking so much at the chat.
I
apologize
saw
for
it.
that. Do we have the money?
Here we go.
Do we have the sound rather?
No, the sound didn't work, so I have to use the stream deck that I have in here now. So I have to reroute everything. I don't know what happened with the sound pad, but I'm done with it.
All right,
just
so I'll
using the
do
other
it. I'll
thing.
do the impression. Money
Here comes the
talks.
money.
Here comes the money. The money. From Fake Killers, $2 super chat. Thank you for the support. It says, y'all finally drank the Kool-Aid and became real fans. Oh, enough of the real fans, Fake Killer. Thank you for the support. You can be a real fan and you can actually have constructive criticism of the team, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't turn into Randy Quaid's character from Major League 2 or Major League 1, where he's there going, they're going to lose it anyway. Actually, that was Joe.
Oh, look
and
at
then Ricky Vaughn comes out there and he starts cheering "Wild Thing." That's you showing your
guys.
belly to the jackals.
No, the guys. There was one of those guys over there in the stands. You remember they were all mad at the team, and then they were all for him. In the end,
yeah.
in Major League.
Jason Garcia is out and says, "Mike burying the super chats. Here comes the money."
Mike says, "I don't care about your money." And look at what Wemby has done, dude. This is a good stat from StatsMuse, right? It says last 3 games by Wemby, 90 minutes, 94 points. That's a lot of usage out of Wemby. But he's getting his minutes, he's getting his reps in, and most importantly, Mike, he's learning. He's downloading the data, man.
He is, and he's turning into Neo, most definitely. Jaylen Brown, who's also an MVP candidate for the Boston Celtics. The Spurs play the Boston Celtics. That's the next challenge, which is interesting because out of the last 10, 15 games, the Spurs have been the best team in the NBA. Who's been the second best team? The Boston Celtics. So I'm just retweeting right now something that Jaylen Brown said about Victor Wembanyama. Jaylen Brown, who has championship pedigree, one of the top 10 players in the NBA, fancies himself as the best player in the NBA as a two-way player, right? But he made one caveat there. And if you can show that quote, Joe, or if you can show that video that I just posted on Twitter at Empire Taste, you can follow Joe Garcia at Area 210 Podcast. The love that he's getting from fellow players is remarkable. Because normally there's oftentimes some hate or some haterade towards it all. But Jaylen Brown coming out and giving his impression on Wemby, comparing himself, saying who's the best two-way player in the game. Let's see what Jaylen Brown has to say.
That boy Wemby is a problem.
Yeah. Told you this
Big
would come
problem.
back.
When I say I'm the best two-way player in the league, it's not counting Wemby. Like Wemby don't count. Wemby don't count. He not even human. I'm the best
Human player.
human player.
That's great, man.
Human player. Okay. I like that. I like that.
Jaylen Brown, talking on from Senda Video, who's on a podcast talking about it. $5 super chat coming in from Sean Quintero. Money talks. Here comes the money. So he wants to hear about Bryant's epic 5 points. Dude, Carter Bryant, man. I said I was worried about him when the season started because I didn't want him to be the next number 10. We're not going to say his name anymore. I was worried about it. I knew that he had more skill set because he shot about 34% from three in college. So he didn't suck from three. He just wasn't good. He was just all right from three. But it's better than what number 10 was when he was over at Baylor. And Carter Bryant's stat line, Joe, his season stats are getting better and better by the minute. He's deserving of those 16 to 18 minutes per game. I don't want Carter Bryant necessarily at this point in his career to be out there getting 25, 30 minutes. I want him to be helter-skelter for 15 to 18 minutes, just spinning like a top and just wreaking havoc and just getting in people's faces. The last 4 games for Carter Bryant, 26 minutes played against the Sixers, 20 against the Pistons, 21 against the Clippers, 13 against the Rockets. But what happens when Harrison Barnes comes back? Because they play the same position. But last night, 7 points on 2 of 4 from 3. His three-point shooting is getting a lot better for the season. Mita, 34%. 35 is considered to be average, Joe. So he's getting to be average for the season. But where he was earlier in the year when he was in the 20s shows that he's been in the high 30s, low 40s since probably February 1. I don't know the exact number, but since February 1, I would bet you he's shooting about 40% from three. No doubt. Media share line is up there, 830-391-9164. 830-391-9164. Up next for the Spurs, the Boston Celtics. And I know if the Spurs lose this game, the sky is gonna be falling and all that stuff. But the Celtics are a really good team, and Jaylen Brown's playing at an MVP level. They're not giving him the love of MVP. But the Celtics coming in with the second best record in the Western Conference, in the Eastern Conference rather, 43-21. This is a team that has one of the best point differentials in the league, one of the best defenses in the league, have won 8 out of 10 games. They're no joke, Joe. They're 22-11 on the road. They are no joke. Spurs battling them on the Peacock Network, I believe. Nationally televised game. That's going to be a tough one. But the Spurs are on a 6-game homestand, 3-0 on the homestand. We said go 5-1. We'd be really happy. They're 3-0. Is it weird that the one game that I'm most afraid of is not this game? It's not the game against Denver. It's the game against Charlotte that I'm most scared of right now.
That's a trap game, man, because for the Spurs, when they've matched up against the Hornets, it hasn't bode well for them for some reason. I don't know what it is. And the thing is that Charlotte's not very good, Mike. They're not all that.
They're a streaky shooting team, and they're actually playing very well. If you look at the team efficiencies last 10 to 15 games, for the season, they're not all that. Last 10 or 15 games, they're one of the most efficient teams in the NBA, both offensively and defensively, along with the Spurs and the Celtics. ESPN Analytics have the Spurs with just a 56.8% chance of winning tomorrow. The ESPN Analytics, it's almost a coin flip.
It looks like we had somebody send something over here in the media share, one of our fans here. So let's go ahead and play that. I'm going to go ahead and show it on screen. And basically what they were saying is they were alluding to, he goes from, I guess this is one of the French handles on the X, and they were saying that the French folks were taking over there. They're turning the Frostbake Center upside down.
So that was great. I saw that. Yeah. So there were probably about 4 or 5 dozen fans from France yesterday on the sidelines before the game watching Wemby warm up. And it's nice to see the Frost Bank Center identify who these people are and somehow make a connection with these guys to say, hey, you have access to the Frost Bank Center that the regular fan doesn't have. You made the effort to travel from France to San Antonio of all places and go out there and enjoy the game. Give them
you can
coverage.
hear the jackals. And along with the French fans that were there too. So I think they were like collaborating together in some capacity, and they had met each other, I believe in the concourse, right in the halls or whatever, and they were both chanting and screaming and yelling, so excited. It was good to see, man.
People are asking you to check the media share, Joe. Again, with the media share, you can show us the TikToks, you can show us the photos or the tweets you want us to show. By the way, we are on other platforms today. I noticed that we're on Facebook for the first time in a while. So I just shared that right now. We're on Facebook. We're on Kick, Joe. Explain what Kick is.
Kick is-
That's Mike Nirenberg.
Kick is basically another live streaming platform. We're on there. We're on Twitch actually right now. So you can see us we can see us on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on the X. We're on Kick. We're on Twitch.
Joe got bored this weekend. Let me get this straight. We're on Facebook.
Yeah.
We're on YouTube.
We're
on Twitch. We're on Kick.
And the X.
And on Twitter. Simultaneously live on all 5 channels.
Yep. All at the same time.
Big league, baby. But I like thank you so much. That gives me the goals of what I need to do to work out. You know, Chica and I just joined a gym that doesn't open until March 18th. It's a brand new gym here in Conroe. So we're all excited because it's gonna be a brand new facility and all that stuff. But it's been like one of those things where they've been saying that they're gonna have this opening date at some point, and it's been since like November that we've been waiting for this place. But that's what I would look like, right? Thank you so much. Yeah. I'll let Chica know. Chica, they just showed a photo of what I would look like ripped.
Oh, I'm going to show it again to her.
I'll show it to her later.
All right.
I'm jacked up like I was former Mayor Ron Nirenberg. Very nice. Very nice. I like it. That's how I feel when the Spurs win, man.
God.
That's how I feel.
Hey, if you look like that, if your arms look like that, would you not wear an undershirt?
Okay, it's funny. Okay, remember some guy was putting us on blast on Twitter over the weekend, making fun of us for some reason. And then I sent you a photo of him that I took with him at the Toyota Center in Houston.
Yeah.
He was not wearing an undershirt with this.
Oh, my.
I don't care how ripped you are. Wear an undershirt because no one wants to see your underarm hair. Not one person. Not one person wants to be next to you at a Spurs game. You get excited that Wemby makes a dunk and you put your hands up in the air. No one wants to smell your pits, dude. White shirt, gray shirt, black shirt, make it happen. I don't care how ripped you are.
Yeah, and you were saying you wanted to give some love.
If you're at the beach, that's different. You have my permission at the beach. But let's give some love to Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. They hosted our event the other day.
Yeah,
it was a fantastic time along the Riverwalk. Lots of drinks had, lots of prizes to be had. My goodness. Basically, 75% of the people who showed up at our party walked out with a prize.
Something. We emptied the war chest, Mike. We emptied the war chest.
We did. And my favorite one was the blood in, blood out photo.
Oh, Popeye.
Which then got purchased by Mexican Junior for $65.
Oh, man.
Very nice.
They had some trades going on. People buying. Hey, I like your prize. I want to buy it.
It was like a white elephant gift day over at that's what I want to do next time. I want to do a white elephant. Who gets a number, right? You have a certain prize. You want to trade it off or whatever the case may be. We were so excited that the Kendra Scott actually went to one of our female listeners.
Yeah, she was the one advocating for it the most.
What would have happened if like one of our dude listeners had won the Kendra Scott, right? True. It went just right when it came to it all. But let's show some love to our good friends over at Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. Thank you so much for being one of our sponsors.
The Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Great place for food, great place for drinks. Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. They have that bar out that's now street level, kind of go up the stairs a little bit. Perfect view of the Riverwalk. It's fantastic. The weather's getting nicer for things like that. Again, we're powered by Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. And check out their exhibit of their display of Aerosmith in the very beginning opening of the door. You walk in the door, to the right, they have a guitar from Aerosmith and a photo of them at that actual restaurant back in the day when they opened. But good. Thank you so much to Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. Joe, I was taking a look at the number of people who have been watching this show today. Got kind of startled.
Really? You went way up there, Mike.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And that's just on YouTube alone. That's not Facebook. Man. That's just on YouTube alone. We have peaked pretty high right now. And again, the Spurs doing well is one of the reasons why. We are now at 2,630 subscribers strong. We picked up 10 subscribers over the past week or so. Spread the word. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Kick. Share it on any place that you're watching this platform, whether it be Twitter, whatever the case may be. Share what we do because guess what? Hate to say it. Love to say it. Joe and I are the best sports talk show in San Antonio.
We are. Bar none.
It ain't even close. Go toe-to-toe with everybody, Joe. Toe-to-toe with everybody. We'll talk more Spurs down the road, some more NBA down the road. Lots going on with that. But the Cowboys made a move. And their kicker might be up for grabs, Joe. Which one do you want to talk about first? Because I found it interesting over the weekend that a second-round tender was placed on the Cowboys kicker. Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah.
So if Brandon Aubrey, for those of you who have not been following the news, wants to be the highest paid kicker in the NFL. And he's a top 3 kicker in the NFL. If you want to say top 2, great. He's amazing. He can knock it from 65, 68 yards. He's amazing. He will one day kick it from 70. He changes the trajectory of the game. You all just get to midfield, and you're in scoring range right there, field goal range. The highest paid kicker right now is the kicker from Kansas City, Harrison Butker, who makes $6.5 million. Apparently, reportedly, the Cowboys offered $7.5 million to Brandon Aubrey, and it was rejected. And there's some dispute as to whether or not he actually wanted $10 million instead to become the highest paid kicker in the NFL. They've gone back and forth, and now the Cowboys have said have allowed Brandon Aubrey over the weekend, almost like a restricted free agent status in the NBA. Go find yourself a deal. We'll match it. They're saying go find a deal. If we match it, we keep you. We have the rights to keep you. But if we don't like the deal, let's say that another team offers him $11 million, and the Cowboys are like, oh hell no, we're not going to do that. The other team has to offer a second-round pick. So let me ask you this, Joe. As a Cowboy fan, which would you rather have going into the 2026 draft? Would you rather have Brandon Aubrey locked up for $10 million, $11 million, which is way overpriced for a kicker, or would you rather them have a second-round pick? Because the Cowboys have 2 first-rounders this year, number 12 and 20, but no second-rounder, no third-rounder. Which would you rather have, Joe?
Probably a second-rounder, dude.
I mean, there's no kicker. There's no kicker being drafted in the second round, right?
You know what the Cowboys are doing, man? And it's kind of sad because Brandon Aubrey should have taken the deal, right? They basically said, we're going to let the league dictate how much you should get paid, right? Yeah. So if he doesn't get anywhere near the 11 or 10 million that he's wanting, and maybe they give him an offer that's even less than what the Cowboys had went ahead and actually offered him, at that point he would be losing money. Would you fire your agent?
Right. Well, you know? somebody's going to make him the highest paid kicker because he's in line to be that. He deserves to be that. The talent that's there, there's only 2 or 3 kickers in the entire NFL who can do what he can do. And my question is, what if the team that steps up to the plate that offers that deal he can't refuse is a Cowboys rival? What if it's the Eagles, the Commanders, the Giants?
Yeah.
They step up to the plate and say, "You tell me we can get a second rounder for Brandon Aubrey?" Maybe most NFL teams don't value that or think it's out of whack. But what if it's a late second round pick? I mean, there's a difference between picking 31 and picking 59. What if there's a team out there like, I don't know, the Niners, who have a 58 pick in the draft and go, you know what? We could actually use Brandon Aubrey. And that's a team that the Cowboys have to climb over to make it to the playoffs. They need to climb over to make it to the NFC Championship game and potentially the Super Bowl down the road.
Yeah.
They might be playing with fire, not know it.
Yeah. And you were talking about this, and this is, something that Adam Schefter released here. And the Green Bay Packers are finalizing the deal that would send defensive tackle Rashawn Gary to the Dallas Cowboys in exchange for a late 2027 draft pick, per his ESPN sources.
Yeah, so Ruben Espinoza, who's a good friend of our show, he has a radio show in Corpus Christi, big-time Cowboy fan, was not really happy with this. And I found it to be weird because Rashawn Gary was a Pro Bowler in 2024. So that's just 2 years ago. But apparently he didn't play so well this year, and he's kind of his talents are regressing a little bit. And there was a belief among some in the NFL that the Packers were going to release him. Maybe this is the Cowboys' way of just saying, hey, look, we don't want to be in a bidding war for Rashawn Gary. We just want our guy. You had Kenny Clark to the mix, Rashawn Gary. The Cowboys are saying what Chris Leha likes to say from MCS General Contracting. F them picks.
Yeah.
They want players. Right? That's what they've been doing. They've been getting rid of their late round picks, not for potential prospects. They're going for known quantities.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I'm not a Cowboy fan by any stretch of the imagination, but I see the rhyme and reason to what the Cowboys are doing. They're saying, look, we don't have time to develop people anymore. We need people who are already developed, who are veterans in the locker room, who are going to change the culture of this team. And this is a 180 difference that the Cowboys are subtly making that they hadn't done in a long time. Probably since the 90s.
Doing something, Mike.
You know what they have. You don't draft a Taco Charlton and go, well, we hope he's going to be good. Drafting a Mozzie Smith, right? Those guys didn't pan out. At least they can say, hey, look, with these guys right here, we know what we got. And then they have the 12 and 20 pick, Sonny Styles or something like that. Pick up somebody like that at 12 or 20. And all of a sudden you have an infusion of veteran leadership with young talent, as opposed to having just a bunch of 10 or 12 young players running around. You get a mix of talent with young talent with experienced playmakers who've been to Pro Bowls, who've been to playoff games and things like that. The Cowboys are doing it the right way. I hate to say it. I'm not a Cowboy fan, but if there's any optimism to be had, there's a little bit of a difference to what Jerry and Steven are doing over there.
Scared money don't make money, Mike. Sometimes you got to get rid of picks. You got to give up picks in order to go ahead and shore up your defense. Mm-hmm. Cowboys gaping hole. What was it? Their Achilles heel. Defense.
It was defense.
Defense. You need to do something with that defense. Offense looks great. Defense, not so much. And even if you can have a passable defense, Mike, and the defense did get better as the season came to an end there, but it was nowhere near where it needed to be. But if they can have a passable defense, that's going to give them chances to win more games. And if they win more games, they can get what? Maybe they be a wild card, but you have to be able to win some of the games that they've lost. And you can attribute that to the defense just playing so poorly, So now hopefully they can go ahead and fix that issue. But we also had another breaking news that came out. There's a lot of NFL talk today, man. A whole bunch of stuff going on. How about the news of Tua, man? Dolphins giving Tua his shine box, man.
That's a great way of putting it, man. According to Adam Schefter, it says more about the Dolphins releasing quarterback Tua Tagovailoa after the start of the new league year, in a move that will leave Miami with an NFL record $99 million in dead money against the salary cap. This is exactly, by the way, what Sean Payton did in Denver with the Broncos when they got rid of Russell Wilson. Whenever you extend a player's contract out, you still owe them the money. Yeah. Whenever you hear a deal get restructured to save money for the cap, the Saints did that this week, right? They restructured Alvin Kamara's contract to save $8 million against the cap. It's great and all, but if you want to get rid of Alvin Kamara down the road, you can't because of dead cap space. $99 million in dead cap space means they lopped off basically 40% of their cap for 1 year. to get rid of this guy.
And what's Tua's name now? Like Sam Salinas says, gone.
So that's a ballsy way of hitting a hard reset button on your team. But the Broncos show that it's possible to assume all that dead cap space and just say, hey, look, we'd rather have this dead cap space and suck for 1 year and get a good draft pick because we suck that year than to what? Prolong the inevitable. Just break up already. Right? That's just basically what they're saying. They broke up with Russell Wilson. They're like, we don't want him anymore. We don't want him for 4 more years or 3 more years. And they're saying Tua's not our long-term solution. I'm not going to say that it's that former UT quarterback out there that's going to be the long-term solution out there. But what it's saying is that they have the stones to say, we're going to hit the hard reset button, and we're going to move on with our lives in 2027. We're going to suck this year, but we're going to move on with our lives, and it's going to be a better day, a brighter day in the future, and we'll build through the draft or we'll build through free agency. It's a tough pill to swallow for an NFL franchise fan base to tell the people in the 305 there in Miami, hey, look, man, we're not going to be any good this year. We're waving the white flag on this season, but we're doing that so that we'll be better in the future.
And we have a listener saying, why is it Mira Wemby and not Mira Wemby? You know why? Because if Wemby craps the bed in the playoffs, I get to rescind the apology form and tear it up.
I think he's asking the question, the spelling of the word Mira.
Yeah,
because I've seen it in both ways, by the way. I've seen it M-I-R-A, M-A-R-D-A.
Mira and Mira. Yeah. We say it Mira here on the show, though, but I'm just playing around with you guys. I signed the form. It's there. You see the ink or the Sharpie marker, should I say. And
great comment, by the way, from Joy-Con Drift King. Joy-Con coming out saying, Dak said, I don't do rings.
Yo, I saw that. What did it talk about that?
So Dak Prescott got waived over the weekend. He was shown the shine box by his girlfriend, Sarah Jane Ramos.
Well, he showed her the shine box.
Wedding. Huh?
He showed her the
shine box. I don't know. TMZ Sports is making it sound like she broke up with him. Yeah, Chica's over here saying that, in fact, according to all the reports, she dumped him. But here's the thing. It's so funny that the article goes on to say that they broke up because of an argument that ensued after a bachelor and bachelorette party. And I love how my wife pointed out the fact that he's having a bachelor party and she's having a bachelorette party after they've already had 2 kids together. And they have a 2-year-old and a 10-month-old, and he's having a bachelor party. What bachelor life was he living right there? What's going on over here?
I don't know, man. But you
showed his shine box, Joe. I honestly don't think that he showed her the shine box. I think she showed him the shine box.
The rumor goes, Mike, is that she didn't want to sign the prenup, and he says, "Nah, man." But you know what? The running joke was, they're like, Dak's never gonna get a ring.
Yeah, Dak's never gonna get a ring. It's just nothing. Not a Super Bowl win, not a wedding ring. He didn't even graduate college. He didn't have a college ring. He'll never get a ring.
But I mean, you have kids with this girl, so it's like, what happened and how did it sour so fast? Like, what happened during that trip, man? Something had to have happened, for him to be just like, no, this ain't it, man.
Something tells me his bachelor party was not at Senor Frogs. Because it was supposedly in Mexico that this happened, right? It wasn't at Senor Frogs.
Senor Frogs, bro. Nobody knows what that is unless you go to Florida, bro. They don't know.
No, they have that in Cancun, dude, in Cozumel, man.
Oh, hey, Senor Frogs low key is pretty good, man. Because if you go to Orlando, I like going to Senor Frogs, man. I like me some Senor Frogs.
Mario Cavazos reached out to us in our chat, powered by PFC's La Cantera, saying Dak was wanting to go to that Magic City for them wings.
Damn wings.
I cannot believe the Atlanta Hawks are still going forward with their Magic City night.
I bet you Chica would not go.
No, Chica would never go.
She would not go.
Celebrating a union between the Atlanta Hawks basketball franchise with their quote-unquote iconic strip club down the street in Magic City.
You couldn't take her to that game. She'd be like, absolutely not, Michael.
No, she's not going to wear the Magic City apparel that they're giving out.
Bro.
Not only do they have that collaboration, they're giving out merch. Hear me, huh? Wear this Magic City shirt. God, how are they doing that, man?
Look at Chris Carrasco, what he says. Best
Best
audible.
kill, 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 kill.
That's what he said, man. Kill,
Omaha,
get out of
Omaha.
here.
She didn't want to sign a prenup. They have 2 kids together. What prenup are you talking about?
God.
She got
And
his bank, man.
we got
He
some.
didn't knock her up just once, knocked her up twice. And they didn't get married before or during the kids.
We have some video, or should I say, photos coming in through the media share. They're
Yeah.
making fun of me because I said I was one of those guys heckling the team. You remember Major
Yeah,
League #1?
Yeah, you're like Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And then they had one of you too, Miguelito. So I'm going to put it on here. This is from Will Van Beckham. He sent this to in the media share. And this is you showing your belly with the jackals. Next to the nacho, Spurs nacho. No.
How do people get to be so good at Photoshop, man?
It's the AI, bro.
AI
Now it's
stuff,
AI
huh?
nowadays, man.
I mean, do you just plug into the system? I want to show a photo of Michael Jimenez showing his belly,
His belly.
literal belly, to the Jackals in Houston, and all of a sudden it just suddenly appears. The sad thing is that photo there of that belly is more accurate than the jacked photo of me looking like Ron Nirenberg with those arms.
Jeez, man. Let me go ahead and see what the
El
latest
Ron
poll
72
numbers are.
says Jimenez looking slimmer today. Well, first of all, I'm wearing black.
God, man.
And what am I down, Chica, this year? 12 pounds, 13 pounds this year? 13 pounds this year. 25 last 2 years, Joe.
25. You know, I'm looking at the latest poll, right? And I said in there, should I give the Jackals a chance? And we have 66 votes now, and 77% say yes, I should give them a chance.
You should,
And
Joe.
23% say no. And you know, the Jackals were wanting that smoke over the weekend, dude, because they came out and they were like, is it still stupid? You know, referencing what you had said a while back, you know? Ole, 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 stupid.
Yeah, as controversial as that was, man, and you know, when Jeff Garcia threw us under the bus with that, it ended up becoming an inflection point of our podcast because in a weird way, it worked out in our favor that all happened. You know, because there was so much hatred towards us in our podcast when we did that. And we're not over here planning what we're going to do or say or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think the Jackals got legitimized by us in a weird way.
You're like, I made you infamous.
It made people love the Jackals more because we gave them crap.
Yeah. And we do get
By the way, the Spurs record when that whole ole stupid happened.
Yeah.
And I showed my belly to the Jackals. They were 30 and 14. They're now 47 and 17. So since I showed my belly to the Jackals, the Spurs are 17 and 3. Dare I say, we're the reason why the Jackals became popular. Dare I say, Spurs got hot when I made amends with them. And I said, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the numbers never lie, Joe. Is what I'm saying.
God, the numbers never lie. We got an incoming super chat from the Drew Show. Thank you, Drew, for the $5 super chat. We're gonna say, here comes the money, because the soundbite is missing right now.
Yeah.
And look what he says.
Says, damn, the 2-0 needs a vegetable revolution. Nothing wrong with vegetarian tacos, nachos, etc. It says GD health crisis in the bear. Okay, first of all, bean and cheese nachos, like kind of vegetarian, because I'm down with that. Okay, I don't need to have the picadillo on top. I don't need to have the beef fajita on top. I'm fine with that. If I can have sour cream and guacamole, still vegetarian to me, if I'm not mistaken, right? So I'm fine with that. I'm not saying that I am, eating 100% healthier, but a lot better than before. That's for sure. That's exactly it, Chica, right there. I don't eat fast food anymore. I eat the occasional Chick-fil-A because I need to have the Lord's chicken in my belly. But that's basically it. I can't remember the last time we went to Whataburger. It's been probably. I don't think I've been to Whataburger this year. I don't go to McDonald's. If I go to McDonald's, I'm getting
Yeah.
my Big McMuffin.
That McDonald's is gross, bro.
Joe,
No.
Chica and I were driving down to San Antonio, and I had McDonald's a few months ago.
Jacked you up.
I had to pull off the side of the road, go into a gas station, and almost
La
yak it up.
mantequilla.
It was bad.
La mantequilla, bro. I don't even know what kind of meat that is that they put in those burgers at McDonald's, dude.
I would say that my French fry consumption, French fries,
Okay.
over the last 3-4 months, gone down by about 90%. I still like my
That's pretty
sweets
good.
though. We went to Vic and Anthony's, which is a really nice steakhouse in Houston. It's kind of nationwide. They have one in
Yeah.
Vegas and whatnot. I apparently had this really expensive Japanese Wagyu steak, and it's called the A5, I believe.
Wow.
And it was good. I mean, it was really good. But Chico was a little bit upset that I didn't like rave about it. And I made the joke of, oh, I'd rather have Roadhouse instead.
God takes his Roadhouse. No, Mike.
It was good, dude.
Jeez.
Chica says I scarfed it down. That's why I didn't enjoy it. That I was supposed to like savor every moment of it.
God.
Dude, steak is steak, man.
You're eating it like you're here in San Antonio, bro. Take your time.
Don't eat like I'm in San Antonio. Nice, thank you.
Yeah.
Take my time is what he says. Steak is steak, dude. Like wine is wine, dude. There's no difference between $30 wine and $3,000 wine. There's
You
no
that
difference.
girl from that Deuce Bigelow, Mel Gigolo? Did someone say steak?
That's one of my favorite movie lines of all time, Joe. Oh, sorry, there's been a big mistake. Somebody say steak.
And we got an incoming super chat from the Drew Show, man. Look at what he's saying. Thank you, Drew. We appreciate it.
Drew Show says if Miguelito loses 30 pounds just by changing zip and area codes, then there was a problem, people. Say no to diabetes, guys. And that is actually one of the reasons why I like hanging out in Conroe as opposed to the 210 is because when I go to the 210, I just feel fat. But when I'm outside of the 210, I just feel chunky. Okay, there's a big difference between the two. But you know what? It 13 pounds this year, 25 pounds over the last 2 years, right?
Yeah.
I could feel it in just the smallest little things, like tying my shoe, like getting out of the booth at the restaurant. I can feel it. It's like no big deal. A lot more energy, a lot more this and the other, and my blood pressure is getting under control. So all very, very, very good stuff, man. So taking advantage of the health insurance, I guess is what I'm saying. Mario asking if I got chorro. No. Who's asking about saltgrass? Dude, saltgrass has the best wedge salad of any restaurant I've ever been to in my entire life. That wedge salad's amazing. But you know what's amazing, Joe?
What?
That Asian cuisine over at P.F. Chang's La Cantera. Let's show some love to Sean Quintero. P.F. Chang's La Cantera. Dude, the weather's getting a little bit nicer, a little bit chillier, not chillier, a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
Go outside the patio. Go take your lady over to the Gucci store, to the nice. Go, fellas, go check out Lucchese. Go to P.F. Chang's La Cantera afterwards for lunch. Sounds like a date to me. Show some love to P.F. Chang's La Cantera.
P.F. Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of P.F. Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. P.F. Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Let's show them craft cocktails from P.F. Chang's La Cantera, going on for $8.99 for a limited time. We have the list there, Joe, of the cocktails. We have the Mule. Chica has tried out 5, and she says that she likes all 5 for $5, right? She has not tried the Long Island iced tea from there, but then again, I don't know if I want her to try the Long Island iced tea because that gets me going, right?
The Mule, their version of the Mule is actually good too.
But if I was to ask Chica, who's over here to my left, lemon drop martini or lychee martini from
Lychee.
P.F. Chang's. She says lychee by far. She
Yeah,
didn't even
lychee,
let me
man.
finish the sentence. She goes, the lychee martini is the one. That's the second one on the left hand side right there.
Hey,
Eat
speaking
the
of which,
lychee. Looks like a mocha, but eat the lychee.
you need to bring me the little can of lychee that Chica bought me.
Yeah, we got it from Chinatown off
Yeah.
of Bel Air in Houston, man. Very nice. Yeah, we got you the can of lychees for your at-home cocktails. But P.F. Chang's La Cantera does a fantastic job with Asian cuisine. You don't have to eat there if you don't want to. You can always get it delivered by Postmates or by Uber Eats or wherever you get your food like that. Or you can just drive up to the location. They have parking spots right at the very front. You can go in there, get your food, come right back out. Or, as Joe liked to say, don't park with the peasants.
Yeah.
Valet at La Cantera Mall and go enjoy the shops out there, man. Very nice.
You know who
Nice
would agree with
outdoor
me
park.
on that?
What's that?
Chica would agree with me. Chica not going to walk from Nordstrom's all the way to PF Chang's
No,
in high
Chica
heels.
won't do
No,
that. She don't play that.
no.
But what I sometimes do if I'm feeling cheap, drop her off in the front and I'll go find a parking spot.
There you go.
I got that GPS tracker on her, that 360 on my phone. I know where she's at. I know which store she's at. Just
She ain't
follow her that
walking
way.
across the parking lot
Oh,
in high heels, man.
especially if it's summertime and it's 100 degrees outside and we're going to the mall over
No,
there.
sir.
Outdoor mall. She ain't walking through the streets, through the
No.
parking lot. Because you know what? Because it just seems like at that time of the year, more exhaust is coming out from the car. By the way,
Oh yeah, dude.
oh Joe, oil prices are going through the roof right now, man.
You know what?
Gas
That's
for-
why I'm glad I work from home. I don't have to worry about that. I go and gas up the car. It costs what it costs, but I work from home, so the gas lasts me 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I mean, basically, I just make little short trips around the corner unless I'm picking up my nieces.
Yeah. No, I work from home too, mostly. You know, I do go visit my clients and whatnot. But man, we were really enjoying that 220 gas for quite some time. I even in Conroe had $1.99 gas a few months ago. But for it to climb to $3.50, it's gonna be a problem. Like I think $3 is the point where people start paying attention. Like people are still okay with $2.89, $2.99. But if you're going to the pump and it's $3.39, $3.49, man, there's gonna be hell to pay, man. People are gonna get pissed. Stock market getting beaten up right now. If you have any questions about your investments, you want to say, hey, Michael, what makes money when the market goes down? Give me a call. 210-508-0369. 210-508-0369. I've been doing investments for 20 years. Life insurance, long-term care, disability insurance for 20 years. People usually around this time, you know, when everyone's making money, people are like, oh, I got this, man. I got this. But when the market starts going down, they go, well, what can I do to make money even when the market's going down? Or what stock should I do when the market's going down? Should I do U.S. stocks, international stocks? Should I do income stocks? Should I do dividend-bearing stocks? What should I do? Give me a call, 210-508-0369. Let's have this conversation, 210-508-0369. People saying that we buried another super chat, Joe.
No, we were just waiting for everything to finish as far as playing the sponsor video, then you talking about your business. Now we can get to the super chat.
Jason Garcia from the top rope coming out saying, Chocolate of the Drew Show for vegetarian tacos. Get out of here.
Okay,
for the
we'll
chocolate.
go to give the
Pay for the
chancla.
chocolate.
You get
No,
the
man,
chancla.
I'm glad to have Drew back, by the way, because
Yeah.
we've had our tense moments with the Drew Show, but he is the official bank and credit union of the Area 210 podcast. It is what it is, man. But you know what? His content, and I will say this, he's been on a very good streak of recommendations and comments recently. So
Yes.
he like the Spurs are on fire, dare I say, throbbing with those comments.
Yeah.
Spurs
are
taking on
looking
the
good.
Celtics tomorrow night, 7:00 tip-off on Peacock Network. I'm enjoying the Peacock Network, by the way, and Amazon Prime. Screw ESPN. Amazon Prime and Peacock Network are doing a fantastic job. And
Yeah,
I
they
don't
are.
have to listen to Jacob Toby and Sean Elliott talk about food.
Doesn't it look so much better though when you have like a bigger network that has more expensive cameras than the FanDuel?
And
I'm like,
also,
good night and
when
day,
you
dude.
have better talent out there doing the show. Yeah, I remember back in the day, was it Rachel Nichols that used to do the show back in the
Yeah.
day? She was good, and now they have Maria Taylor doing it. Maria Taylor with Vince Carter and who else was it out there? It was Reggie Miller, Vince Carter, Carmelo Anthony, and Tracy McGrady. It was a great lineup, man. They do a fantastic job out there. I'm tired of Doris Burke. I'm tired of Shaq and Kenny Smith and Charles Barkley. I like the new blood. I like seeing Steve Nash out there, Blake Griffin, Dirk Nowitzki. That's what makes basketball exciting is you actually have younger names out there, not these old heads out there just talking crap about the game.
Did you hear what Bill Simmons was saying
No, what happened?
about the Spurs? He just released a clip from his podcast over on the Ringer, the Bill Simmons show.
Yeah.
And he was saying something about the Spurs, and I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you guys so y'all can hear this. Let me go ahead and get the audio. And again, this is courtesy of the Ringer.
I don't know if this is the 90 Bulls or the 91 Bulls, but we're in that vicinity with this team where you have a potential generational star and you have a loaded young cast. And the only question is, when is this all going to come together? That's where we are now with this team. Jordan was probably, he's Jordan. He's the best player ever. But he was a little older than Wemby. He'd been a couple years in college and he'd been in the league for 6 years at that point. So he's probably a little further ahead than Wemby was. But it's the same thing. It's like these guys that when you're watching a basketball game, you're like, does this guy seem a little different than everyone else in the game? And the answer is yes, he does. He's doing all of these things I don't watch other players do. Combined with the identity they have.
Christmas was when I said they can win the championship. And nothing has changed. In fact, it's just gotten clear to me.
See, so here's just a little excerpt, right? Because we're not going to play the whole thing because it does go on for a bit. But they're saying nice things about the Spurs right now and talking about Wemby,
And I think that where they're going with is they're trying to say that the logic that you had talking about the Spurs the past few months, where you need to have those bad moments, right? You need to climb the mountaintop, and it's not an elevator to the top. It's a climb up a mountain. And they mentioned Michael Jordan in 1990. It took him 7 seasons to win an NBA championship, right? Because they had to go through the Celtics. They had to go through the Pistons, the bad boy Pistons. And they had to have those battles with the Pacers and all that stuff to get to the mountaintop. So before Jordan won his 6 rings in 8 years, he had 7 seasons behind him where he didn't win anything. But you look at other stars like Tim Duncan won a ring in his 2nd year. Magic Johnson won in his 1st year. Kobe in his 4th year. Larry Bird won it in his first 4 years. But it took Steph Curry 6. It took LeBron James 9. It's one of those things where you're asking yourself the question, is now the time for the Spurs to be considered to be championship contenders? And every metric of the game is saying yes. And it's going against what's conventional wisdom about the NBA. Conventional wisdom of the NBA is you're not supposed to be this good this fast. Right?
This is true. But it wasn't like it was just day and night, right? That the team became this good, this quick. They already had the pieces there. I think what's happened is that we've seen the evolution of said players finally coming into their own, learning how to play together, learning how to play with Wemby in year 3. And it's a culmination of things, right? You had Coach Pop leaving. You have Mitch Johnson now in his 1st year as head coach, running things his way. And we've seen it pay dividends out there on the court, Mike. We went from the old way of doing things into more of a modern day era, right, of basketball for the San Antonio Spurs. And I think that's probably been the best thing that could have ever happened to them, right? You even said it. I mean, we love Coach Pop, but moving away from Coach Pop and letting Mitch Johnson run things, how has the team looked? Completely different.
Right. They wouldn't be this good if Pop was still out there on the court,
absolutely
on the
not.
bench. When the Spurs are playing this well, it seems too good to be true. And
You're gonna pinch yourself.
the conventional wisdom of just beat up Wemby. They can't be more violent than they are with him right now. Right, Joe? I mean, he's maxed out as to what he can do. If he is healthy out there, knock on wood, if he is healthy, the Spurs are going to be a problem. And the idea of, the game slows down. No, it doesn't. Not necessarily. Running teams still run.
Yeah, I think what it is now, Mike, is that all the teams are going to focus on Wemby, right? They focus on Wemby and they're like, we don't really think that the Spurs team is that good. We're going to focus on Wemby and stop him, the head of the snake, and the team's just going to fold. Not so much anymore. It's like, okay, you stop Wemby and you're going to body Wemby. How are you going to stop Vassell? How are you going to stop Fox? How are you going to stop Carter Bryant?
Yeah.
How are you going to stop, Harper, Castle? There's a
I,
lot of other people that can go off. Champagne from three, Mike.
I coined the phrase last week: Spurs or whack-a-mole. Spurs whack-a-mole. The defending teams are trying to hit the whack-a-mole, right? Oh, I got this player down. Here comes Carter Bryant doing well. Hit Carter Bryant. Here comes Dylan Harper. Hit Dylan Harper. Here comes Luke Cornett. You hit Luke Cornett. Here comes Vassell. You hit Vassell. Here comes Champagne. You hit Champagne.
Yeah.
Here comes Castle. The Spurs have so many scorers on the team that one's bound to go off. And when they all play poorly like they did against the Clippers, guess what? They can just have one strong quarter like they did in the fourth quarter. Things turn back around. Drew Show with a super chat coming in, $2.
Here comes the money.
Here comes the money. Says, you can't see me. My name is now Wemby Cena.
My time is now. You're like from John Cena back in the day.
Cena,
Thanks,
yeah.
Drew. Appreciate it.
By the way, Drew Show, you'd be you would enjoy this. Chica just served me my lunch. So here it is. Here's my lunch. We have a grilled chicken breast diced up, some cheese cubes, some almonds and cashews, and grapes.
Pretty good. That's healthy.
Can't do this in the 210, man. As Tony Ronaldo says in our chat, he needs to move to Conroe to lose some weight.
Different zip code.
Different zip code, different area code. Baby.
Hey, but the dividends are paying off for you, right? Because you told Chica that, to work less, right? So she doesn't work as much because you're going to go out there and you're going to earn the money. And what happened? She's taking better care of you. And what happened, Mike? You started losing weight.
I know. What I figure is that Chica looked at me and said, "Man, this is a good man. I got to get him to lose 30 pounds, and he'd be my dream guy." That's what she was saying the entire time, man. She's working. She's
care of a brother.
She's fitting me out. She's melting me down. She goes, "I like it thick." Phrasing.
Where's the Capri Sun, Mike? They're asking, where's your Capri Sun?
They're asking, where's my Capri Sun? I got my Celsius right here, baby.
Oh, the Lunchable. They're saying you have a Lunchable.
I have an adult Lunchable.
But I was going to go ahead and give some love to our boys out here with the SAFC because they had sent us something too in the chat. So I just want to kind of address that as well.
Yeah.
They had sent us some photos or videos of what's going to be going on as far as their match and stuff that they have coming up here. I'm looking for it, man. I know they sent me something. I don't see it right now, dude. Like it's eluding me.
UTSA baseball, Joe. While we get back at it, we're gonna have to go there. UTSA lost over the weekend. Now they're now 13-2 on the year. Let's see here. Who did they lose to over the weekend? They were playing New Mexico State over the weekend. They lost last night 5-4 to New Mexico State. They did beat New Mexico State on Saturday 13-0, but the Lobos returned the favor. So UTSA won that series 2-1. They start a new series tomorrow. Actually, it's Tuesday. Yeah, tomorrow against Texas Tech. So they're playing Texas Tech Tuesday, tomorrow at 6:30. They play them again on Wednesday at 6:30. And then they have what's called a blue out game, home game. So the next time you can watch the UTSA Roadrunners on my birthday, the 13th against UT Arlington. They play a 3-game set against UT Arlington Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's the spring break games. So UTSA students will be off that week as well.
Yeah. Sam Salinas is saying, was looking for Joe at the tailgate. Apologies. I wanted to go to the tailgate. I just ran out of time. I had too many things that I had to get done here behind the scenes. A lot of things that go on that go unsung or things that I do when I'm off, right? And the show isn't going on. So it gives me time to catch up with other things. Like, look at how nice the graphics look here. The heading up here on the top now. We have, it looks a lot different, right? We have the little alien in the car now. And look at how nice and clean that looks, Mike, where it says powered by Hard Rock, PF Chang's La Cantera. Like all these little things happen behind the scenes when we're not doing the show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Joe, you're the engine of the show, big time.
Yeah.
You do all the graphics, you do all the technology and whatnot. I'm just the clown of the show who comes. I show up and I start talking and then I shut up. But the engine of the show is you. The engine of the show is Sean Quintero. Greg Dela Cruz, Alex Noriega, all you guys who come together to help make this show what it is. I'm fortunate enough where I just come in and I start talking,
Yeah.
and that's basically it. But I'm very proud of this show. We're now 530 episodes in, 2,630 subscribers strong. Today, I was looking at the numbers. Typically, whenever we do a show, Joe, we look at how many people are watching at any particular time. Hit the like button, by the way, if you haven't already.
Hit it.
We're on all these different platforms right now. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch.
Kick.
We're on Twitter. We're on Kick. We're now on 5 platforms. People are asking us to be on Spotify. That's a whole different animal. Joe, typically on YouTube, we look at it. We have somewhere between 35 and 55 on the regular watching right now. If I was to go onto YouTube right now, the show's coming to an end pretty soon. But if I was to go on there right now, it says that right now 43 people are watching, which is kind of like a runway rate that we have right now towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
There was one point in the show where we were at 90 something, 100 people watching.
Mike, we were at like 124.
124 people watching at one time. We had 560 people watch on YouTube last week for our show on Friday. Our number's going to hit today. We're probably going to hit 700 a day, just based on those numbers alone. And that's not including Twitch and Kick and all that stuff. Joe, this podcast is blowing the F up.
It is.
And I think there's reasons for it, Joe. I think we've honed our skills. We've made it cleaner in the sense that we're not cussing up like a storm like we used to.
No $5 no more.
No more $5 and all that stuff. It's becoming a very, very well-oiled machine. As the Spurs have gotten better, we've gotten better.
Yeah, I found the picture too that I wanted to share. This is from the SAFC supporters group, and they're doing great things out there. Season's just started for SAFC, and look at, man, they're just having a great time out there. It's good to see them still there doing their thing and just supporting the team they love so much. It's a beautiful thing when you see this, when you see something like this happening. And I've been here for it since, almost its inception, going out there and enjoying these tailgates and getting to know a lot of these people that are part of these supporter groups, right? Everything from the Crocketeers to the FTC, the San Antonio, to the Alliance 210. I've seen a lot of things happen out there, and they're still here and they're still doing their thing. I look forward to going out there and hanging out with them, drinking beers, talking with the gente, and going out there and supporting this great group of guys, man.
The season is just starting, and I'm going to speak for Chica on this. We're going to go to one match. We're going to go to one match. At some time this year, between now and they wrap up in October, we'll go to one match. Lots of names on here that I don't recognize or haven't seen very often. Far West Texas saying Joe the Pod God. I like it. Plethora Piñatas, my favorite handle of the day.
Yeah.
Says, not sure who the worst NBA announcer is, Reggie Miller or Richard Jefferson. Horrible. Rather just mute the TV. I'd rather watch Reggie Miller because I just fondness because I grew up with him. Reggie Miller's always been a douche, even though he played for the Spurs. But I've enjoyed that. PF210 says that he stayed off the carbs and lost 150 pounds. That's pretty badass, dude. Congratulations on that. I just want to lose 20 more. 20 more, Joe.
You're good.
And I might be wearing my Spurs jersey without a shirt underneath, man.
There you go. Look at Mexican Junior. He says, one thing we forgot to do is take a group photo at the Hard Rock. Need to do that at the next one. Oh, my God, Mike. I don't even know we've been able to fit everybody in that photo. Quite honestly, there was a lot of people there.
Now, we got a good photo from Mario and Imelda Cavazos that showed the number of people that were there from a good angle. And you know what? I'm going to send that to the media share right now because it was a really good photo showing like how far everybody was, how many people we had there. Oh, let me see if I have that here.
It was a lot, man. It would have been hard to get everybody in one photo. There was so many people. I was really pleased with the turnout, and so were the people from the Hard Rock. The manager was pleased with the turnout, the event, and how well it just seemed to go ahead and flow. Everybody was paid for their meals. Nobody dipped out on their tickets. We brought in revenue to them. Things like this do happen on occasion, though, when you have big events.
Well, the media
like
show
that.
when you get a chance, by the way.
Yeah.
No, you're right, man. Normally there's somebody who acts a fool. There's a fight or whatever. By the way, was that guy at the Spurs game yesterday a fake pit bull, or was that actual pit bull in the stands yesterday? Because, did you see that guy?
Yeah.
Into the game during the drums. No, but I sent you a photo that was sent to us by Mario and Imelda Cavazos, which shows the number of people that were there. And that's not even showing the bar area, because the bar
No.
area extended backwards, right? But we had about, I'd guesstimate 50 to 60 people out there.
Yeah.
It was very, very cool, man. The next event's going to be in April for the NFL draft. That's going to be odd because it's on a Thursday night, or it's going to be on a Thursday night. So we're going to have to figure that one out, but we'll make it happen. Cowboys drafting at 12 and 20. I think the Texans are at like 26, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Hey, thank you to all the new subscribers. And to the new subscribers, get into the habit of hitting the like button. That helps us out as well. Thank you to PF Chang's La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. Thank you for sharing this. Again, Joe, thank you for your help in all of this, because, again, we're back on Facebook. We're back on Twitter. Now we're on Twitch. Now we're on Kick.
Yeah.
So many different ways to watch us. Maybe one day we'll be back on Spotify. That'd be amazing, because, as someone mentioned on here, saying, we're going after In the Building. We love Mike Taylor and Rudy J. They're our friends, right? But we go toe-to-toe with anybody there. When we say we're the best sports program in San Antonio, again, there's no local radio at 10 o'clock in San Antonio. Ticket 760 San Antonio Sports Star go to national programming. When we say that we're the best one, we're not doing that as a diss to In the Building. They do a fantastic job.
Yeah.
We just know that we go toe-to-toe with anybody. We know we go toe-to-toe with anybody. We're not saying that we're better than everybody necessarily. We're better than most, but when it comes to the In the Building guys, we respect those guys so much to say that we're on the same level as them. We do a fantastic job. They do a fantastic job as well.
They sent us this in the media share. Somebody created this for us. Appreciate
Love
y'all.
it. Love it.
Oh yeah. Wemby Love Monday. That's a pretty good graphic, dude. They came up with it quick. I like it. Love it.
Sorry. I'm trying to read some of these comments. Mr. 305 on those squirts. That's what Chris was going to say to that pit bull lookalike over there. Marco
God.
Voss asking if a waist 34 is my goal. Chica, what's my waist goal? Man, she agreed. Good God. If I was a 34 waist, if I was a 30, you want a different man. Just tell everybody you don't want me. 34 waist? Are you out of your mind?
God.
I have gone down a couple of waist sizes, or a couple of inches of the waist, right? It's all panza that went away. But if I gain weight, it's all feet. That's the line that I'm going to use. No, but like I said, I want to lose 15 more. I get 15 more. I'm like 4 pounds away from the lowest I would have been in like 10 years, right?
Yeah.
But 15 pounds, you'd be coming up on college, Michael, at that point.
Jeez.
Mhm.
College
She
Miguelito.
doesn't think I could have rolled up on her when I was in college.
Oh
She
God.
doesn't think I have the game. She's over here with the ninja blender over here making something delicious.
I asked her, I said, does Mike have game? And she just smiles and says yes.
She loves that we do this podcast, Joe, because she says I get my words out, because I can shut the F up when
Your
I'm done with
words
it.
out. She was showing me the video or the pictures from y'all having fun over the weekend. Y'all went to do some karaoke, and it looked like y'all had a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah, so her brother went with us, and my sister-in-law went out there, and I just told him to pick a song. I'll sing whatever song you want to sing, and he wanted me to sing Red Hot Chili Peppers Under the Bridge, and I did all right. I'll give myself a letter grade of a B-, B+. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I was knocking out of the park, but I didn't suck at it. Letter grade, babe? What was my letter grade? She says A.
Hey, Mike. Okay.
Very nice. But a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, Jeremy Barrage, he's a colleague of mine, asked me the other day when we were having dinner, how many karaoke songs have I sung, like, in general? Like, if I was to add up all the songs that I've ever karaokeed, what do you think the over-under is, Joe? Because I've actually counted before. I don't have the running tally. But what do you think the number of songs I've done in my entire life has been?
Oh, man. It's probably in the hundreds.
It's over 100. I would guess probably 130 songs I've done over my lifetime.
I would think so.
Dude, Anthony Pittman and I used to go to karaoke every week for like 3 years. We'd go karaoke.
Jeez, man.
We'd go to Who's, which is now called Who's Who, on Babcock and Callahan, because we worked at KBB back in the day. We would walk on over, literally walk on over to Who's Who.
Yeah.
And or we'd go do the karaoke over there. We'd go to Dad's karaoke. I reminded Pittman the other day that the owners of Dad's Karaoke asked to sell to us because we were there so often.
That was a true
They-
story because I remember when we were there for your birthday one time. Remember when you had your birthday event and
Yeah.
we're all there? And I asked Pitt, we were talking about it, and Pitt's like, "That's a true story." He was
Yeah.
saying, he was talking to me about it.
Chica doesn't believe me, but the #1 karaoke bar in San Antonio presented themselves to me and Pitt, and they offered
Yeah.
us the entire bar for $120,000, including the furniture and all the music equipment, all that stuff. And I
Jeez.
thought
Shoulda
they just
done
wanted to retire. I should have done it. Now it's so big now, Joe, and it still looks the same as it did back in 2000.
You'd have been making money.
But I do appreciate Mexican Junior when he goes out there. He sings songs that like are so obscure, like
Jeez.
like the other day when we went out, he sang "This is for the raza." It's like, who else sings that song, man?
You
It's
know what
not
we're
bad.
doing? We're gonna celebrate my birthday early, right? Because I got a lot of other things that I'm gonna be doing on the 28th. But this weekend, Mike, Saturday, we plan on going to the Spurs game, all of us.
I hear it.
If you can, man, it'd be nice for you to come in,
I'm
and
gonna
then we're
try.
gonna
My
karaoke.
birthday is Friday. Chica's taking me to go watch Bill Burr perform on the 12th.
Yeah,
My birthday is Friday the 13th. I will make an appearance on the show, but I can't do the whole show, so we'll need to have a fill-in host for
Fill-in.
Friday.
yeah.
But I still haven't pinpointed everything that I'm doing for my birthday weekend. And yes, I
Yeah.
get a weekend. If my birthday's on a Friday, we're celebrating the entire weekend, and that's basically it. Mike Mario Cavassa says, Mike, the perfect karaoke song for you to do is "Nobody's Fool" by Cinderella. Wow.
Nobody's fooled.
I'm not a
Yeah,
hair metal guy, but that was actually a pretty intense song.
it was.
I was telling my friend Jeremy that my friends and I back in the day would do blind karaoke. So an example of
Okay.
blind karaoke is you pick the song for me, I pick the genre, you pick the song, but you're not picking Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera or any crap like that.
Rihanna.
A legit song, right? By the way, Rihanna had
Oh
her
god,
house shot up. I don't know if you saw that. Someone
I
shot
did.
her house 10 times.
Crazy.
Article
Dude.
on TMZ.com. So we go over there and we say, okay, I'll say like I remember one time I said 90s rock.
Yeah.
And I go up there to the stage, not knowing what song is going to come on. And all of a sudden, Shine by Collective Soul comes on.
That's a
And
good
I
one.
have to sing Shine by Collective Soul. And I don't know that. I just know the genre. So like someone will come up. So Joe, if you were to say a genre to me, give me a genre, Joe, that you would go up there and sing.
Probably alternative.
Alternative rock? Okay.
Alternative rock. Just case in point, Mike, I was practicing over the weekend because I'm going to go ahead and do karaoke, right?
Yeah.
At Jen and Alex's house on Saturday. So I just saw this cover that I liked a lot, acoustic cover by Portugal the Man, right?
Yeah.
And it's an Oasis song. So I'm going to sing that. Maybe we'll have video of it.
Oh, but by Portugal.
Portugal the Man. They do Don't Look Back in Anger. That's the name of the Oasis song. And it's really good. So I'm going to sing that one.
So Hyman 2358 says on our chat powered by PF Chang's like that he heard the live stream by 311 on a concert this past Sunday.
They were at
311.
Houston.
311's back in town, and
They're in
and
Houston.
They were in Houston or at the Cynthia Woods Pavilion. Nick Hexum, who's one of the main singers of 311, the guy is 56 years old. He looks 20. I make reference to I think Chica's a vampire because she looks identical to what she did in her high school photo.
Yeah.
Nick Hexum is like he got younger and he got more fit. It's the weirdest thing, man. I showed Chica this what Nick Hexum looks like these days, and she was like blown away, going, "That guy's 57 years old, 57 years old." But no, Nick Hexum. I follow him on social media when he talks about like his zest for life and how he wants to be healthy and all that stuff. The guy's worth following for stuff like that, man. He says, go work out, go do this, go do that. Very nice. And 311's music, by the way, Amber, as Mario Cavaz says,
it's a banger, dude.
It is. Banger, dude. And I played that for my daughter, Gabby. She had never heard that song before. And she goes, this is a great vibe. Do you know what it is, Joe? It's modern day yacht rock in a lot of ways. You know, you have the yacht rock of Michael McDonald and Christopher Cross and all that stuff. 311, you feel like you want to be on a boat just listening to music and drinking. It's a modern yacht rock song in my eyes.
Yeah.
Mario says that they were at the Aztec a few years ago. By the way, one of the best food taco trucks in town is right outside of the Aztec. That's right along the Riverwalk. Badass. Amber's a great song. If I was to do, if you were to say alternative, I would ask you fast song or slow song. Because if you said slow song, I'd say Drive by Incubus. Or
Yeah.
I would have chosen for you if you said a fast song. I would have chosen for you like or maybe I would have done Disarm by
What
Smashing
about Fastball? The Way.
Way. Dude, I've done that song before. That's a great song.
It's a good song.
I've done 2 fastball songs, man. The Way and what's it called? Fire Escape.
Yeah.
That's a trippy music knowledge about what The Way is about.
Yeah. True story. It was based on a true story.
Yeah, The Way is based on a true story. There was an elderly couple in the Austin area that had disappeared, and it was a silver alert, and they couldn't find them.
Yeah.
And it was like this ongoing thing, like, where did they go? And they wrote this song called The Way about an elderly couple just hitting the road and just packing their bags and just like starting a new life. Turns out that a couple died.
Yeah.
You know, they drove off the road and they were killed. But the family, apparently, I've read articles about that. The family actually enjoys the song. Says that in many ways that's kind of what happened. They went on to a different life.
Immortalized them in a sense.
It immortalized them exactly.
Yeah.
By the way, Chico was asking me the other day because I was telling her that the Wallflowers are playing in Houston on my birthday.
I
was like, "Oh, my
saw
birthday,
that, dude.
Wallflowers." Jacob
And they're
Dylan.
playing at the Houston Space Center has become a hub now for
Mhm.
concerts, dude. It's amazing to me to see the evolution of that place because it hadn't really been touched, right, in many years, and they started revamping it, and now they found ways to make money by turning it into a concert venue. How about
Yeah,
that? You
it's
know?
fantastic, dude. It's kind of like Techport in San Antonio.
Exactly.
It's just something that just kind of popped up. But Joe, I know you need to get off to work.
No, actually, I am off today, but I know you got to get off to work.
I have to get off to work. But Joe, you and I have talked about this before, and we've
Yeah.
joked about it on the show. We've done it in person. I swear it's going to happen in the next couple of years. I think we should do it for our 1,000th episode, the
What,
24-hour show.
Maybe.
The 24-hour show. Am I capable, Chica, of talking for 24 hours? She's just nodding yes.
I think so. We'd have to have some help. We'd have to have people bringing us food. We'd have to have some type of a bathroom retrieval, or something. But I think we could do it.
Mario's asking, have I ever done Sublime karaoke? Just Santeria.
Santeria. Yeah, that's a
Mhm.
good one.
He's also saying that Mayonnaise by Smashing Pumpkins is a really good song.
That's a really good song, dude. He's not lying, dude.
The only song I've ever done with Smashing Pumpkins is Disarm.
Disarm. 1979 is a good one too, but one of my favorite songs from the Smashing Pumpkins is one that a lot of people don't know about. It's called Snail. I love
Oh,
that
yeah. Hand of a Fist says, if I do a 24-hour show, I'm going to bring up all the cap.
song.
I like it when people stand up and go, you know what, that's actually true. That actually did happen back
Yeah.
in the day. Tony saying hit the like button. Please do. Again, thank you so much. 2,630 subscribers strong. Spread the word. Share the word. We had a fantastic day. I cannot wait to see the numbers that we had today because when we added up with our Facebook numbers, we had it's going to be different platforms, different things. But if you want to be part of our chat so that we could see it while we're doing the show, you have to still do it on YouTube. But
Yeah, and
very
we'll give the handles too for the Kick and the Twitch. I'll put that out there today, and that way people can go follow us. But you know what? Before we bring the show to a close, though, we need to go ahead and have the gente go and follow our boy Sean. Did you see that Sean created we call it an X handle?
No, he did finally.
He did. So I'm going to show it here. And y'all go follow Sean, man. Y'all need to go give Sean some love. He's only got like 6 followers or something, dude.
I didn't even notice that he was on there. He's one of my best friends.
Let's change that. Look, it's 7 followers. Can you all please do us a favor? If you're on the X, go and give Sean a follow. We got
What's
like
his
45
handle?
people. It's Sean at Sean Q 1977. I'm showing it here on screen for everybody. Go and give Sean a follow, dude. Let's get the numbers up for him.
Well, I just followed it now at 8.
Now he's got 8 followers. Let's get him up there, man.
Very nice. And just like me, I don't know if you've noticed on my I thought I changed it. I was looking at changing my profile photo. Yeah, I'm gonna change my profile photo to one of me and Chica. That's what we're doing. I'm
There
gonna
you
make
go.
that happen today. Again, you can follow me at MJ Acquire Taste. I think tomorrow we're going to be talking about the Spurs taking on the Celtics. We'll also get into what's the first round matchup that you want to see, because it might be Golden State, it might be Phoenix, it might be the Clippers. They're all kind of trap games, but can it be a trap series? Is the main question. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Maybe.
But we'll enjoy the Spurs winning 4 in a row, 15 out of 16. It's been a fantastic spring for the Spurs. Still 2 games behind Oklahoma City in the loss column. We'll see if we can catch up to them. Everyone follow Sean Quintero. Thank you so much to P.F. Chang's La Cantera for sponsoring today's show. Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio as well. And then again, if you want to reach out to me, 210-508-0369. Get some financial stuff with me, man. Do these investments, do the insurance. I won't do you wrong. Love doing what I do. Been doing it for 20 years. 210-508-0369. Everyone have a fantastic day, and we will be back tomorrow. This is the Area 210 podcast. And Joe, thank you for all your efforts over the weekend, getting all the designs and graphics up, man. Amazing. And the stickers and the coasters and all that stuff, man. Very, very cool, man.
We'll see you boys tomorrow. You all be safe out there. We're out. Peace.